This content creation stuff is hard, you guys. Not that I don't find myself interesting, it's just like y'all have had to have heard what I want to talk about from 50 other people at this point. So that's just the position I'm in. I do think I might shift to 2 episodes a month instead of pressuring myself to do an episode every week on account of no one's really begging for YouTube content from me, but I do need to be resilient and keep posting if I do want my channel to pop off eventually. So that's where we're at. That's the state of the union in regards to YouTube. TikTok's popping off. That's doing its thing. Instagram is like a slow trickle upwards. So we're seeing upwards movement everywhere, which is awesome. In other news, I was on a podcast this week, you guys, and going into it, did not know it was live. And that kind of scared me a little bit halfway through, but not because I was saying anything inflammatory or cancelable or that would be frowned upon by my audience, just so much that, like, I I don't know, I was like, what you mean this is live? Whatever. It was fun. It was still fun. I had a great time. It's called the Tea Podcast. It is hosted by a local man who runs this account known as Developing Lafayette, and his big focus is, what is happening in our city, new businesses that are coming, changes that are happening, stuff like that. So it was a blast to be on his podcast, which is like separate from Developing Lafayette, but I I don't know even where I'm trying to go at this point. At the end of that story, it was a blast. I had such a good time. Look up the Tea Podcast on YouTube, Spotify. I don't know if it's on Spotify, but it's for sure on YouTube. It's for sure on Facebook. And I had a blast, and it's the start of my reign as professional podcast guest. Next, Two Idiot Girls, Good Children, So True. I'll do Call Her Daddy. I'll do Rogan. I don't care, but they're gonna have to pay up, the big ones. But my girls and my gays, they're good. I just want to be there to talk to them. All right, enough yapping. Today I brought back Miss Delta Tuft Hand and shared a little bit about what I want to do with my life going forward and some goals of mine that I want to achieve while doing another face of makeup. And I really enjoyed this one. I think it came out better than the last one. So you let me know in the comments. Does this look better? Give me some advice. Am I doing anything wrong? Should I be doing anything differently? What products should I be looking forward to using? That kind of stuff. I am a girl's girl, but I am new to the makeup world. And a little bonus at the end of this episode, I read a couple of Am I the Assholes from Reddit.com because my girl Kristen over at A Little Bit a Lot podcast throws those into her episodes sometimes. And I love her opinion and the way she reacts to these Am I the Assholes. So I figured I'd try my hand at it. All right, let's get to it. Well, shit, we're back. I'm gonna try my makeup again. I'm really excited about that. Delta Tuftan is making her second appearance on the channel. All right, maybe we'll do a little lip sync. Maybe we'll do a little lip sync. I don't know legally how much. 30 seconds? We'll find out. Did I even finish that thought? No, but let's get to the makeup. Today's topic, while I apply the makeup, is going to be what I want to do with my life, which really is I want to be a director. I've decided. I've come to terms. I want to direct. I want to direct movies, music videos. I want to produce movies. I want to be a producer for podcasts. I want to produce all kind of things. I want to produce queer art, but more importantly. And I've really been inspired recently by Weapons and the TV show Twisted Metal. If y'all haven't watched Twisted Metal, it's on like Apple TV, I think. I don't know. But it's really good. Kenneth Mackey, Rosa from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I can't remember her name right now, but she's in it. It's really great. It's inspired by the game Twisted Metal. It's a good time. It's awesome. I just finished the first season and I'm about to start the second season soon. But I need to finish The Summer I Turned Pretty first. I'm like halfway through season one and I know that just wrapped up, so I really need to catch up on that before it really gets spoiled for me. So yeah, back to wanting to direct and wanting to produce. I really want to direct a music video bad. And there's a really big possibility I could do that by this time next year. All these goals are from today, the end of summer, to the end of next summer, okay? Which is this last week of December. Did y'all know that? I didn't know that until recently. I'm not putting this on right, and I know it, and that's okay. We're gonna let the primer dry a little bit, then I'm gonna put on some foundation. But in the meantime, yeah, I also I've also been manifesting and really honing in on wanting to produce and edit a podcast. That's in the works. So it's just like a lot of things that I've been wanting to do personally are starting to come, starting to align, starting to work out in my favor. Now I also want to direct, produce, edit, and star in my own short film. Now, let me know if this sounds like a good idea to y'all. Let me know if this sounds. Let me know if this sounds like something y'all will watch. Oh la la, crispy, crunchy eyebrows, like the glue. I gotta like rub it off. I don't even know if it did junk to my eyebrows. Yeah, they're glued down for sure. You guys, this stuff is not for the weak. What she did? She did like this. She did like that. She did like that. She started blending it out. Wow, I feel like this is not the right color for me. I feel like this is not it. So I want to direct a movie, short film, based on this diner that I go to. Because if you're a real fan, honestly, if you're here, you should know. I go to the same diner about every Saturday. I have not gone in the past 2 weekends because I'm broke. And by broke I mean I'm budgeting, because this influencer lifestyle is not cheap until you really get going, I suppose. I don't know. So I'm just trying not to go into severe credit card debt. So regardless, haven't been in a couple weekends. I will be back next weekend. This diner is significant to me because it's one of the restaurants that my grandmother and I frequented before she died. Rest in peace to her. Love her. And once she passed, it took me a couple months, but once I was like finally like back in a like normal headspace and not just like completely disassociated from what's happening around me, I went back to the diner, and it was like a spiritual experience. Like I almost cried, almost cried, almost cried. It was crazy. And the big reason why she took me there the first time, like, well, 2 years before her demise, she took me there specifically because they have this delicious grilled biscuit. Oh, so good. The movie is going to be called Grilled Biscuits. It will take place in the diner. It will be me going to get breakfast one morning, and I usually get there around 6:35, 6:40, like 10, 15 minutes after they open. So it's early in the morning and across from a hospital. So there are high odds of paranormal nonsense happening here. It hasn't, thankfully. So I go in on one for breakfast. The diner has its usual Saturday patrons, and I order my coffee, I order my grilled biscuit, and as I'm waiting for after the coffee gets delivered, because I usually hang out for like 15, 20 minutes before I order something. In between the coffee getting delivered to my table, I think my waitress is coming back to take my order, and I'm like, I know she knows it's too soon. Boom, my grandmother sits down. My grandmother sits down, and I'm like, so the premise of the film is me working through my grief, and she can't talk. So the whole time it's me just being like, like going through the stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, acceptance, etc. And I know the stages of grief aren't linear, but they'll have to be linear essentially for the sake of this movie and the plot. But yeah, and it's just it ends with like me coming to terms with the fact that she's gone, and her ghost, being like, All right, Slay, I think this was good. Yo, I need y'all to give me some feedback in the comments. Is this good? Am I doing better? Is it getting worse? Please, but be nice. I'm soft. We're gonna use this sponge to blend it out. But yeah, tell me what y'all think. Is that worth writing? And I know the answer is like I should write it for me, but it's just so tough. Every time I've opened up Celtics and tried to start writing, I just I get a little overwhelmed and I give up. So let me know. Like essentially like I need encouragement. Unfortunately, I know who I am. I need support. I need encouragement. For Gerald, it takes a village to complete a project. But if the village cares, it would be great. Except for like TikTok and YouTube. I've been really doing that myself, and that's been fun and working out. So don't, whatever. I know I'm arguing against myself at this point, but y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all have to get what I'm saying. I feel like a mime. I feel like a mime. I feel like a silly, goofy mime. Did I do something wrong here? I just Googled how to apply makeup and I took the first thing I found. Put that in a Google Doc, called it a day. And I've watched a couple videos, but they aren't doing too much for me. Like I feel like my eyes. What's going on? I feel like a ghost. I hope I eat the eyeshadow up this time though. I'm really trying to eat that up. I'm really trying to eat down on the eyeshadow. Also, like how does like Trix? I don't get it. I've watched Trixie. I've watched all these drag queens. Bob, Kimchi, all of them do their makeup and stuff like that. Plastique. I don't get how do they do it. How do they make it look so fucking cool? No, I'm getting makeup on my I'm getting makeup on my Protect the Dolls shirt. I think the dolls will be fine with that. Dolls, sound off in the comments. Is it okay if I get my Protect the Dolls shirt dirty with makeup? I mean, obviously I'll wash it, but I like Protect the Dolls, but we need like defend the bricks or support the bricks. You know what I'm saying? Like we need something for the bricks. I can't get this dang thing open. Is this Gerald proof? What happened? Got it. Temples under cheekbone. This is the part. Okay, so this is the part where I feel like start messing up. Is the contour and the bronzer, because it says the temples, under cheekbones, jawline, and the side of the nose optional, and I don't have jaw because I got a beard here, so it's just temples and under the cheekbone. So like, am I doing it right or not? Can I be honest with y'all? I don't think I'm doing it right, but I don't have anybody to hold my hand and tell me yes and no. Apples blending towards the temple. Y'all, ooh la la. Is that drag queen? Because it sounds like the apples. I feel like these is the apples. Right here. Up to my temple. I really need some advice, please. My name is Delta Tough Hand, all right? Not Delta Easy Hand. Not Delta We Know What to Do from the Jump Hand. No. This gonna take some trial and error. Especially if I'm doing this by myself. I don't have no mother. I don't have a mother. I'm an orphan in the drag world. I am feeling better than the second time though. For some reason, this is feeling good. Now we're gonna bake and set my face. Yo, I look good. Be honest. Be honest. For someone who doesn't really know what he's doing, I think it's looking pretty good. Another movie I would like to write, and I would let someone else direct and handle the rest of the process, is a movie that really inspired a concept that really inspired Delta Tuft Hand in the first place. And it's about this, like, hunky, ditzy, maybe not, I haven't really decided. He might be built like me. But regardless, a gay man in his, like, mid-20s, like, literally 25, and He is heading home one night from somewheres, possibly the gym, who knows. And he passes up a gay bar where they have some drag queens, um, you know, doing that thing where they try to get people to attend their show. They're handing out the barking. They're barking, where the drag queens are barking, and they're like, "Come to our show, come to our show." This is set in New Orleans, mind you, and I'm thinking like a French Quarter-ish vibe. And our main character's like, "No, I'm good, I'm good. I gotta go, I gotta go. I'm good, I'm good." And then he passes up the club, and a little further down the street, he gets his shit rocked. Like, he gets jumped. He's about to get killed because these dudes are trying to mug him. Well, the drag. So he's like, "No, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good." He leaves, keeps walking, and a little further down the street, where these unbeknownst hooligans are waiting, our main character gets jumped and ultimately saved by the drag queens. The drag queens take him back to the bar because he's like unconscious. Essentially, he's just like not like that horribly beaten up. He's just like, "Ah." So they take him back to the bar, and he ends up, coming to in the dressing room of this drag bar. And they're like, "Dude, we just like helped you out. We saved you. Blah blah blah. We took you here just to make sure you're good. Do you want to go to the hospital? Blah blah blah." And the character's like, "I can't afford to go to the hospital if I wanted to." And from there, they find out a drag queen isn't making it that night. And they're like, "Look, you could pay us back by filling in this show." And he's like, "I've never done drag. I've never done that." They're like, "Dude, this is an easy crowd. They're here to see us. We're going to throw you into makeup, a wig, a dress. What's your name?" And somehow they come up with Delta Tough Hand. Kick his butt out on stage. He does a number. It goes bonkers. He's clumsy. He messes through it, but it works. It works. People love it. And he makes like, I don't know, have to talk to a drag queen what would be like an obscene amount of tips for them to make in one night. Decides to start doing drag with these queens, and that's the rest of the movie is, maybe the hooligans come back, or I don't know, who knows. The hooligans, their dad is on the city council, and he tries to get the bar shut down, something like that. So, tell me if you would watch that. More importantly, tell me who you would cast in that. So there's the main character. There's gonna be his essentially like drag mother, but we won't call her that. Like the one who's initially like barking and trying to get his attention, and ultimately rallies the other queens to go rescue him. A few other drag queens, a bartender, like those kind of characters. Tell me who we should cast. Let's fan cast the show already. But yeah, I've been thinking about that movie, that concept, that drag concept for so long, and I've rewritten it so many times. And it's hard coming up with like unique drag names for like a bunch of different characters. So it's like, do I just cast? Why am I talking like that? Do I just cast drag queens and be like, "Can you just be yourself, Miss Lemon Chiffon, or shit, I think we can get Trixie in there. I don't know. Why not? Trixie and Katya? Who knows? Some of them want to abuse you. I feel like what's her name? What's her name? What's her name? I feel like the Black Swan, I feel like I'm going caw, caw, caw. Oh, that's so funny. If this is the outer crease, no shit, ding dong. That's the inner crease. How did I graduate college twice? Who let me out of there with a master's degree? I know they regret it. Oh my god, I love this palette. It's my favorite part of the whole thing. Why do I talk like that when I'm doing it with my eyes? And my mouth is not being obstructed. Anyways, I really want the Trixie and Britney palette, but I, again, am budgeting. And I'm sure it'll be sold out by the time I can afford it. So, we'll see. We'll see if I can get my hands on it. No, get that out of there. Get that out of there. No. Now I have to apply mascara, and I'm scared because I feel like I fuck it up every time. I don't know how to use this thing, and it's gonna get on my face, and it's gonna mess it up, and it's gonna make me mad. I don't think it matters for the sake of this video, but they do look a little better than they did before. Blending brush. Oh no, it's almost time for the wig, y'all. It's almost time for the wig. What's so wild to me is that what I'm doing right now is some people's worst fear. Like, what? What? I'm just over here trying to do a fun little beat on my face, and now suddenly you're scared of me? I think there's people in my life that I know would see this and lose their mind. It would completely alter their understanding of who I am as a person because suddenly at 33 years old, I decided to try to do makeup on my YouTube channel. Like, what? Because guess what? I want the makeup collabs. I want the face palettes. I want the eyeshadow palettes. I want to do all that. That sounds so fun. So just you're mad because I'm having fun? I don't. Anyways, let me get off that soapbox real quick. But just know that I ride or die by protect the dolls, support the bricks. Drag queens are just they're just dudes in makeup. These eyebrows. I kind of am fucking with them. Heavy. I used Entwined. I hadn't touched this one yet. I think I'm gonna use this one next time because I haven't touched that one either. Or Too Tempting. I'm gonna switch it up next time with the eyeshadow because I want to use all my colors. I'm gonna throw on the wig and read a couple Am I the Assholes. Then we're gonna call it a day. Welcome back to the stage, Miss Delta Tuft Hand. Woo! Okay, I feel like this looks way better. I think this looks way better than the last one. Let me know in the comments. Rate my look. Also, the wig is a lot easier to wear now that I don't have a mullet. Oh, yeah, if y'all have not sounded off about the haircut, shame on y'all. Rate the look 1 to 10, and it better be over 6. Okay, rate the look 6 through 10. How about that? Just so y'all don't get any ideas. Am I the asshole for excluding my ex's new girlfriend? I, 29 female, and divorced with a 9-year-old daughter. My daughter's father, 32 male, has been in a relationship with a woman named Stephanie for about 6 months now. She has 2 younger daughters, aged 4 and 5. My ex-husband and I have had many conversations about how to ease my own child into their new blended family by making sure that she still has lots of time with her dad, not combining every single special event with the other kids, and keeping lines of communication open. Overall, the introduction has been positive, but my daughter has mentioned that the younger children can be overwhelming and sometimes annoying. However, despite the conversations with every single special event has been blended, for a lack of better word. However, despite the conversations, every single special event has been blended, for a lack of better word. We're coming up on Halloween and my daughter has trick-or-treating plans with her best friend and her family. Halloween is my custody time. My ex-husband asked if he could come and bring his new girlfriend and her children. I said no, as I wanted my daughter to be able to have time with her friend without having the other little kids in tow. They are not officially her siblings in any way, and I feel that she deserves protected time just for her. My ex-husband says that I'm purposely excluding his new girlfriend and that I should be more concerned that she doesn't have many friends or others to go out with that evening. I feel like that's not my problem and I'm advocating for my own child without having her feel like she needs to people please or feel guilty. I'm not asking my daughter her opinion as I do not want her to feel burdened with any guilt. I did also invite them to the Halloween event at her school that same week to help initiate balance. Am I the asshole? No, girl. Next question. I think you knew the answer. You knew the answer to this. No, you are not the asshole. That man is clearly your ex-husband for a reason, and it's because he doesn't listen and he does not get the point. So, as long as you have that clear line of communication with your daughter, I think you're gonna be fine. If I was your daughter, I'd be like, "That's real." Especially if your daughter's like, "Those kids suck, bro." Like I feel like it takes a lot for a kid to be like, "Those kids suck. I don't want to be around them." So, not the asshole. Next. This is gonna be our last one because this is already getting pretty long, and I know y'all want to get out of here. So, am I the asshole for not inviting my high school friends to my wedding?
I'm a 34 female planning my 2026 wedding with a guest list of around 50 people and have confidently decided to exclude my 5 best friends from high school. We don't see each other much as a group anymore, maybe like once every couple of years, but every time we do, I swear someone gets hurt physically and or emotionally. The last time we were all together in 2023, one of the guys insisted on us booking a spontaneous flight to Vegas, which was thankfully vetoed, yet still turned into a bender, costing me over $2,000 and my friend his marriage. In 2020, one of the others invited us all to her family cottage for a relaxing weekend, only for her to get belligerently drunk and scream at us all about our shortcomings. And it's not like we were able to easily leave in that moment either. Those are just two of the most recent examples from over the last 20 years of why I don't think we should all be together again, at least not at my wedding. It's not as though I never wish to see them again, I just can't do it in a group setting, and I certainly can't just invite one or two of them to the wedding, so zero it is. I'm worried this choice of mine just inspired them to retaliate against me in some juvenile way. One of them has already ghosted me after my text to them explaining my reasoning behind this. Am I the asshole? Well, no, Diva, because it is your wedding, and that sounds insane. But I am a little upset with you on account of you should have invited them for the plot, just for the plot alone. Because if someone gets hurt and someone gets emotionally damaged, that's crazy. And I understand that you not wanting it to happen at your wedding, but if anything, so that I can obviously come back to my little YouTube channel and talk about it. But no, no, Diva, you are not the asshole, and you are free to slay another day. And as for those friends, cut it, cut it. The price is way too high. You need to cut it. I think we've heard enough from Miss Delta Toughan for one day. It's time to put her to rest.
Thank you so much for the sweet resource that is your attention span. I appreciate you being here and watching this video. Please, as always, do your homework. Like, comment, and if you haven't subscribed, and if you are subscribed, share this video with 5 people. Share it to your story. That would be so fun. No one's done that yet for me. No one's done that. No one's like taken like a screenshot and shared it to their story and then tagged me and been like, y'all should go watch this. And that could be because the content's not good, but it also could be because I haven't asked. So here I am, asking, begging, pick me, choose me. All right, I'll see you guys again in a couple weeks. In the meantime, follow me on TikTok and Instagram for daily updates.